Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. Excited to have this young man on the show. Brandon Fender is with us with CFC Arts. We're going to talk about the upcoming one show only at Northland Church on August 26th, 7:30 p.m. Here comes the fun. I'm going to let Brandon talk more about that. We're going to learn about him and we're going to learn more about CFC Arts. Welcome, Brandon. How are you today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on. So I told you before we went live that the audience loves, before we take a deep dive into fun, and learn all about what that is, which I think people are going to be really excited for. I told you they love an origin story. So they kind of want to know, did you always know you were musically inclined? How did you get from point A to point B? So give us a little 411 on your background.
Yeah. So first of all, again, thanks for having me today. I think growing up very young, I knew that I was musically inclined. My parents always tell the story that I was about 4 and I just started singing in front of a group of people at our house. And it kind of just started from there. Starting about the age of 6, I started taking like private voice and piano lessons, and that continued on through elementary school and high school. I was in the Bach Festival Children's Choir in Winter Park growing up. I am a native Floridian. I grew up here in Orlando. So, of course, taking advantage of all of those traditional Orlando experiences, including the Bach Choir. And then just growing up, I grew up singing in church choirs and school choirs. And then once I got into high school, I really knew that just singing, arts and entertainment specifically was something that I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Studied music education and vocal performance in college, and just have continued on since then. So yeah, it's kind of a brief overview of my journey.
Myself off as I was coughing. What I love in that story is that I think a lot of people think they can sing, and they may or may not go a little further with it. But you actually knew that that was a gift. Like you understood that's what your passion was. It's so cool to see people or hear stories where somebody knew it from an early age and they continued on and it actually became what they were meant to do, which is what you're doing now. So tell us about how you got involved in CFC Arts. Maybe tell us, even though we've had multiple people on over the years from CFC Arts, tell us a little bit about what you do and what CFC Arts actually does in our community.
Yeah, so the short story is Joshua Vickery, the founder and former executive director of CFC Arts. We have been friends for about 15 years or so, probably longer at this point because we're both we're both getting up there in age. But we actually both had very similar paths growing up in church music, and so I met Josh. Actually, he was a worship leader in a church, and that was a few years before he started CFC Arts. And so when his path sort of went that way, so did mine. And so when he started talking about founding CFC Arts and really starting the adult choir, which is really the start and the foundation of CFC Arts as a whole, he asked me to come with them, and he's like, "Do you want to sing in this choir?" And I was like, "Well, sure." You know, again, growing up with music, singing in a choir was like my thing. It was my passion. And so I have been along with him with the journey of CFC Arts from day one. I was in the first ever choir season, sang in the bass section. I was the bass section leader for a couple of years, and that just kind of literally grew up at CFC Arts in the choral program, started doing some more show directing and started sort of taking on the creative aspect so Josh could direct the choir, but also lead CFC Arts at the same time. And then, of course, as we all know, our lovely Josh had a wonderful opportunity last year that he took in DC, and so when he left and departed, he kind of just left the choir in my hands, and it was almost a seamless transition. It was very cool how everything just happened, and so that's sort of my CFC Arts journey in a nutshell. Yeah, that's
Love
kind
it.
of where we're at.
So, and your role is is it programming? Is it the choral section itself? Is it fundraising? I think a lot of people know that CFC Arts provides a lot of programming dollars to a lot of other organizations. So I'm sure that you're always front and center trying to make sure that the arts reach the people who really want to be reached.
Yeah, so as you know, and many people know, CFC Arts is a multi-tiered program. organization. So, our big ones are, of course, the adult community choir, the adult symphony orchestra, our children and youth arts program, our school of arts, and other accessibility programs for people in the community to learn to sing, to play an instrument, as well as many other programs that we do have. So really, my main role, of course, is the director of choral programs. I oversee all of the creative and administrative tasks and operations of the choir program. So anywhere from picking out the music to working with our creative and production teams to introduce other elements into our shows and program areas. But I also sort of oversee the production aspect as well, as far as getting other individuals involved. So anything regarding the choral programs is sort of my my purview. So yeah.
So tell us about Here Comes the Fun, Fun, Fun. This is a show that one show only, August 26th, 7:30, but it's got a fantastic background, which we were talking about before we went live. Tell us about the show.
So yeah, we started talking about our summer season, and I really wanted us to just take a moment to do something literally fun and exciting. And so we've done a couple of concerts where we focus on specific composers, specific artists, and so when we started thinking about summer and fun and, just going out onto the beach and having a good time, there were two specific groups and artists that came to mind. And of course, that is the Beatles and Beach Boys, who both came on the scene in the early 60s and have truly just been iconic ever since. Their music, touches many generations. And so we took a couple of the titles of their songs and mashed them up together into Here Comes the Fun, 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 which of course is a tribute to the Beatles and the Beach Boys. So that's really how we got to this place. And I will tell you, we have been in rehearsals for about 8 weeks now, and every week truly is just a fantastic time for our choir. All our vocalists are just having a super fun time learning this music and singing it. And I think for me, the thing that appeals to this show specifically and appeals to our members is it is a multi-generational experience. There are people in our choir that have literally just graduated from high school. They just started college and they are also in love with the Beatles. And then there's people that are, anywhere from their 70s to 80s that are singing in our choir that are running circles around the younger people, dancing and having a great time to this music. So there really is such a huge appeal to this music, and it really is just a fun time to take these iconic songs that many of us have grown up with and put them together in an hour-long presentation.
So it's an hour. That's
Mhm.
not much, which is great. But is it all? Can people sing along? Is it a sing along? Is it because when you hear some of that music, you're going to hum it no matter what you want to do or not.
Absolutely. We really consider this less of a concert experience and more of a just audience participation experience. We encourage everyone to clap, sing, get up and dance if you want to. That is the vibe, that is the feel that we're going for in the room. We do have a lot of programming throughout the year that there are some moments where it truly is a concert, almost theatrical experience, but this is not one of those. This is a concert that we want people to come expecting to have a good time, and that means that we encourage them to participate.
I love it. All right, so I'm scrolling it across the bottom there, August 26th, 7:30 p.m. at Northland Church. Tell us how they can get tickets.
Yeah, so you can get tickets by visiting cfcarts.com/fun. You can actually choose your ticket ahead of time, what section you want to sit in. It is a 3,000 seat venue, so there's a balcony and there's plenty of seats available. It's a super cool venue. We're going to be at Northland Church. They've been one of our host venues since the very beginning of CFC Arts, and so yeah, cfcarts.com/fun. You can get your tickets today, and tickets actually start just at $10 and go from there.
Wow. All right, cfcarts.com/fun. One last question, Brandon. Favorite song or favorite mashup in the Here Comes the Fun, Fun, Fun? Do you have one that you go, God, I could just sing that all day long?
I think for me it would be "Let It Be" by the
Oh,
Beatles.
yeah, it's such a good
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff. Guys, you are always asking me how you can enjoy and engage in the arts. This is a perfect opportunity for you. It's only 10 days away. Tickets start at $10. Go to cfcarts.com/fun for Here Comes the Fun, Fun, Fun. Brandon, thank you so much for being on the show. Brian, thanks for setting it up. We love CFC Arts. Get behind the arts, support these creatives. It's been a crazy couple of years, and now they're bringing back shows. We're engaged. We want to give back, and we want to get involved in our arts community. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. You guys go out and see the show. Get your tickets. All right. We'll see you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.